got the engine up to temperature. Just going to put some engine flush, run it for 20 minutes it says, and then drain it. So let's get that done. And that's very watery. Doesn't feel right, but it says add to oil, so let's hope it works. Let's get started again. 20 minutes from now, we'll turn it off and drain the oil. So after draining the oil, I found that there is another coolant leak. So I've done a lot of research into what's happened or where it could come from. I'm going to remove the exhaust manifold, purely because behind it is the oil housing filter, and it's quite common for the seals to go on that, as well as some coolant pipes with the seals as well, also being a common issue. I probably spent about an hour trying to get this out. It now lifts out very nicely.
If you can see the coolant that's lying on top of there, it seems to be drifting out from this pipe. You can't really see on my finger. Down here, culprit. So let's get this pipe off. So here it is. Obviously it's completely failed. You can see where it's seeped oil, which explains the oil leak. Here is the gasket. It's completely flat. You can hear it's quite brittle as well. Yeah, did manage to clean it up a little bit down here. Time to order some parts. So now we're waiting for parts, so I'm going to take off the oil sump because that's another job that we need to do. Just going to see what it looks like inside and start cleaning it up. Did have massive problems with this one, not going to lie, and I will explain soon. Let's talk about the removal of the oil sump. Now, removing it from the bottom of the engine wasn't hard. As soon as them bolts were undone, that was it. It literally fell off. I mean, you can see it wasn't even sealed properly towards the end. It's just it wasn't hard for that to come off. The issue that I had was, you imagine the bell housings here, getting a very, very thin and long E12 up there was hard. I ended up ordering loads of different types. This one didn't fit. This one didn't fit, so I went for like thin and really long. This one, it kind of fit here, but as soon as you get to that part, as you can see, it hits the bell housing. These ones, they don't even go in there. So I went with a 1/4 inch drive E12, and it took 3 or 4 days to come, probably a little bit longer. And again, it arrived and it had the fattest head ever. So I then had to spend so much time trying to grind it all down. Long story short, added it to an extension. Extensions are thin enough to get past the wall, and I got it undone. Pain in the arse if you haven't got the tool for that. So let's talk about the oil sump. Oil sump comes out like that, 2 bolts, lifts off. We've got a little basket here to collect any debris. Great. And to be honest, it's not too bad. It's been leaking oil for a while, so I expected a bit more. If you have a look around the outside of it, you can see where it leaks oil, where the gasket had failed. I meant to fair, it's brittle, it's not even, yep. And if we turn it around, pretty dry on this side, but not here. Now this wasn't plugged to anything, so, but you can see it's loose. So we need to get that off. Yeah, I mean, let's clean it up. Let's see how it looks at the end, and let's go from there. I'm waiting for a few things on the car. So I'm gonna have a look at this bumper. I'm just gonna scrape off any of this excess filler. Scraped off as much as I could, sanded it around the cracks as best I could. Turns out it's going to be a lot easier if I take it off, just because of how the crack actually is. To remove it was easy, 2 bolts, and you kind of have to pull it off it tucks in, so it wasn't even hard to do. So next clip you'll see it off. This was my first go at plastic welding. Honestly, it took ages because you got to place all the little pins into the holes, and with cold hands it wasn't fun at first. To make it even better, the kit didn't come with the right cutters, so I had to grab my trusty Dremel instead. But once I got into it, it was actually really simple, enjoyable, kind of therapeutic. I was in two minds about just buying a new bumper, but I thought, nah, I'll use the chance to learn something new. At the end of the day, you can never know too much, right? Just having a look now at the pipes, the seals. I meant that was probably the reason why it was still leaking coolant. So let's get these off and replaced, clean them up. So now that they're all done and ready to go back in, still got to get that bolt out. Everything's out and we've seen the state of it. I have cleaned it up as best that I can. But like always, I've done my good old favourite thing to do, and I've snapped a bolt just there. So I'm going to spend the next 4 hours trying to remove it. It was a pain in the arse. I couldn't get it out, so I ended up drilling it out, and I'm just going to tap it now. So lovely, lovely, lovely. So managed to get the bolt in. However, I do need to do it a little bit more. That's the furthest I've got it. The issue is, if you check this out, it's so difficult and it really hurts your hands. So I'm using 2 sockets each side, and yeah, this isn't the funnest, but yes, almost there. Whew, I did it finally, all the way in. come to the end of today's video. So we have pretty much got everything ready to go back on now. So the oil housing, that's ready to go back in. We've got the new seals. The oil sump, we just need to clean up the actual sump where the seal sits. That can go back on. We need to order oil pressure sensor, purely because there's no point of trying to repair this one. May as well just replace it. It costs like £3, so that's fine. We will do a full price list of absolutely everything we've used, all the parts for the grand total. It's a case of putting it back together and putting it up for sale. Probably not going to get a massive amount of money for it, but I've had so much fun doing it that I'll do it over and over again. For me, it's more about the enjoyment. I've learnt so much doing this one. I have also got my next project car ready, and at the end of the next video I will introduce it to you, and I think you're gonna love it, so stay tuned. I don't know. See you next time.